So if you're wondering what is the difference between a Bored Ape and a derivative, and why would we buy a derivative instead of buying an original Bored Ape, then stay tuned because this video is going to explain that and more. Plus, we've got the Super Bowl that wasn't really the Super Bowl. We've got a huge expectation from the NFT community. Was it a big flop for us? We'll be talking through that as well. Plus, we've got a super secondary project for you, which you'll definitely want to check out. So don't forget to hold on for that. It's all coming now here on Movers and Shakers. Okay, so the Super Bowl was super anticipated from the NFT community. We were expecting Snoop Dogg and also Eminem potentially to drop and flex some of their NFTs. Did they? Did they? Heck, no, they didn't. And it was such a letdown, a super rug maybe for the NFT community. But look, it was good fun. I think a lot of us enjoyed just watching it, but it's a shame that we wouldn't have seen some of their most treasured NFTs out there. But we did see something from Coinbase, didn't we, Warren?
Yeah, so Coinbase ran a promotional advert on the world famous now NFL adverts that go for millions of dollars. Coinbase's promotional approach was a bouncing QR code that anybody could jump on with their phone. They'd be able to scan it. And you got $15 just for creating a Coinbase account and opting in. Also, Coinbase giving away $3 million at time of recording. So they've not pulled any punches. So it's great to see that they're really trying to bring more people into the space.
Yeah, and just to show you, like, when the reason why I think people were somewhat disappointed is obviously when you see someone like Eminem buying an ape for $500,000 pretty much, and Snoop Dogg always talking about how passionate he is about the sandbox and the metaverse and everything he's doing in the NFT space, you just thought they might just bring it in. But in jest, there is always this. There is always a little bit of a joke that's come from the Rug Radio community that have said, shout out to Snoop Dogg for wearing the first ever custom one-of-one Rug Radio Genesis NFT outfit at the Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did look like one of their NFTs, and I think that's a good way of looking at it. But you know what? We learn, we grow, and hopefully in the future we'll see more mainstream appearances of the Bored Apes and things like that. So, it's one of those things that I think the anticipation was there. The delivery, unfortunately, was not. But hey-ho. Now, speaking of Bored Apes, it's an interesting one that from the Super Bowl where we would have thought that the Bored Apes may have just come into the forefront of people's minds, I think, when it comes to NFTs, because it is the biggest brand out there, really, if we're going to be completely honest about this. And actually, what we predicted might have happened was that people would have found out about the apes if they'd have dropped at the Super Bowl, come into the NFT space, hoping to purchase said Bored Ape and be completely priced out. So the next best opportunity was to find a solid derivative that might have been able to be more affordable on a price point. Now, derivatives are controversial, in my opinion. They can, in some respects, be very, very good for the community, and we're going to talk about a couple of projects that are, but also they can be seen as quick cash grabs, can't they, Warren?
Yeah, unfortunately, the authenticity of some of the derivatives that exist simply exist because people see a hype train and they want to jump on it, and they want to make a quick buck. And we see, I thought, more than ever now, people are extremely cautious about where they invest and the things which we talk about all day long. Do your research, go to Discords, understand what the team's real motivations are behind the project. And actually what you've got there, Bex, and you're kind of showing us now and the audience is the OX Apes. It's a derivative that, Bex, I've invested in, I've aped in, you have as well. My motivation simply was I really love hip hop, and I bought a trait that's got the hip hop clothing, which is 1% of the base available. OX Apes are a standout for me, and I think that with what Coinbase can do, last year over 97 million people watched the Super Bowl, and if you think even like 0.5% of cut through will say I want to come into the NFT space now, I really like that. Marshall Mathers, aka Eminem, and other famous people, Post Malone, etc., have got apes, and I want to find something that resonates with me. I think the OX Apes are probably that bridging gap, which is a reputable project, which has got a really strong floor price, still accessible. Listen, that floor price isn't $280,000, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? We're still early on this, right? The big thing that I've noticed around this is that this is an accessible price. I've bought two OX Apes, and I'm not a massive fan of derivatives. I find derivatives a little bit of a lazy option and a bit of a cash grab until I discovered OX Apes and also the expansion punks that we're going to talk about a little bit in just a second. Because the thing that these guys do, and you'll notice this, that the consistency here is the yellow background. And I find the yellow background is a good kind of marker to look out for with projects that have actually got a lot of weight behind them when it comes to a derivative turn. So with the OX Apes, they are expanding the Bored Ape Yacht Club universe. They are making it more affordable because the big barrier to entry is price. And yet people want to feel involved in that project. So they are building a community that is accessible on a price point. And they've got far more different variations of the apes as well. And also something that a lot of people can feel like they can resonate with. And you've just said it yourself, Warren. You found a hip hop one, and that's the one that you like to flex, and it's good fun for you. For me, I think the idea and understanding around what makes a good derivative versus a cash grab derivative is understanding what the team and the community is doing behind the scenes. And the community for OX Apes Trilogy is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. I'll tweet something out and hashtag Yellow Army, and so many people are behind this. And I think this is a really important thing for a lot of people to do, is to check that out before they kind of ape into any of these projects, and just to see what the sentiment of the community is. If we look at the Discord, there's about 8,000 members in the Discord, so really thriving community there, and it is active. It is busy on that Discord. And we see them following in the direction of the expansion punks. Again, you'll notice from the yellow background, this is becoming kind of a staple with a solid derivative project. And the reason why this is important, and again, backing this up, we've just seen that there's a Financial Times article which is being talked about why expansion punks are going to be important within this space, is because they noticed that the original crypto punks, which was brought out, a few years ago now, and then only came to prominence really last year, again, you're being priced out from that point. But also the expansion punks realized that they aren't actually as inclusive as they could be. So they wanted to create a collection that allowed for a more inclusive universe. So it's expanding that initial project universe and bringing it into something more. And again, that is the same thing as the OX Apes are doing. And we're looking at a solid sort of rise in price points for both of these projects. Both Warren and myself have aped into both of these projects. So you can see here a 0.185 floor price. And as you can see here, the activity is steady. So it's risen, it pumped a little bit, it's coming back down. But actually, people are still very much buying. And it's a consistent purchasing from a lot of the community as well. And we're also seeing that with the OX Apes as well. If I just scroll up here, you'll be able to see, gosh, there's a lot of them. We can see the activity. Again, it had a little bit of a peak. It's leveling out now. But again, 9 minutes ago, 18 minutes ago, 35 minutes ago, there is definitely something in this that I think a lot of people are resonating with. And I think that is a really solid play if you're looking for a good derivative to go with.
Finally, it's all about utility for me. And a key thing that was released as of the 8th of February is that the expansion punk holders can actually jump into the worldwide _ Web3 metaverse. And the 24 by 24 pixel of the expansion punk that you own can now activate and be a playable character in a sprawling 2D universe. And what's amazing about the metaverse of World Wide Web, web with two Bs, is there's over 84,000 followers. So this is a community that's extending onto another community, and we always look for utility to really increase, grow, and stabilize the value of the asset. So yeah, one for the long haul for me for sure, Vex.
Now, very quickly, we're going to go and jump to our final project that we're going to talk about today, which is a really solid secondary project for you. And this is one of Warren's top picks as well, because he's just introduced me to it. So they're called The Long Lost. Warren, do you want to take us through this?
Yeah, absolutely. So Long Lost, I stumbled across it, and actually I'll tell you how I did. Similarly to a lot of the research we do, I'm in the Crypto Mores Discord and environment, and the artwork for me, it kind of talks to the cool cats, the Crypto Mores. It's got that. I love a bold black outline. I don't know why. It's something I think that really resonates with me when I'm looking at fun artwork. A little bit of data around the Long Lost. So it's a 10,000 derivative PFP. Floor price is 0.18, super aggressive, easy for people to come into. I would say if you were to imagine Casper, but quite a long gall, and a cartoon variation. There's some interesting directions I think that the Long Lost are looking to do, and they partnered up and they're really showing a lot of respect to the other projects. You can see their Becks on the kind of banner. They're talking to the Chibis as well as they're talking to the Crypto Mores. Long Lost want to partner up and they want to, I think, be a complement to as many of the quality projects that we've seen and be here for the long haul. Their Discord, I think it sits around the kind of 13,000 mark. Their Twitter account sits around the 11,000 mark. Like they've got a good, organic, slow growth community, and yeah, it's definitely something which I've jumped into, and I'm really excited to see how these guys kind of grow, start to evolve, and bring their goals to life, quite literally.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to have a quick look at the activity around this. Again, it's sort of leveled out, but it is quite solid. It's slightly on the up as well, which is good. So maybe this is a good time to get in on this project. So that is a solid secondary. And I just want to point out that the engagement around each of their Twitter posts is high. So this isn't like high in the thousands, like a big hype project, but this is a good, solid number of the community really getting involved in this. So definitely worth you guys checking out for sure. So there we have it, the Super Bowl, the super derivatives, and even a super secondary opportunity for you as well. So I hope this video has been really useful for you. If you need some more help in your NFT journey, why not check out videos like these? They're there to help guide you whether or not you are a buyer or creator in the space. So I hope that really helps. And until next time, we'll see you then.